So welcome back, 2022. It's only been 11 years since we shot any videos, but you're back on the trails with the Bizard Clan. Cameraman in this video here is Dylan Schimler, and Jackson clear up there. This is actually his first time on the trails. We're up here in Northwest Ohio. This farm we've been hunting for well over 20 years now. We've taken some nice deer off of it. It's grown up quite a bit over the years. And we're actually been debating on moving this stand. We're here on the old Miami-Erie Canal up here in Northwest Ohio. And that canal line ran from basically the Ohio River. Came up through Dayton, up through Miami, Ohio, all the way up to Grand Lake St. Mary's, through Delphos, which is where we're from, and basically went all the way up to the Maumee River up here in Fort Defiance. So there's some history here along this section. This canal line is basically just an old thicket, just a little water hole back here behind us to the west. We're going to move this stand up, though, a little bit closer to this southwest corner. We've seen a lot of deer pattern, a lot of deer movement up in here over the years, and even though this is growing up looking really good, this is a primary gun stand. So if you're new to On the Trails, you'll find out that this is not scripted. It's going to be your everyday hunting and fishing and trapping and just being out on the trails, whether you're on the trail of chasing crappie down or bass or whatever it may be. But this year we're getting ready to chase our whitetail around. So stick with us. You're on the trails. We're going to pull this stand down and we're going to kind of go through some of the steps of taking a stand out, making a move, why we move it, what we're looking for, signs, things like that. Do a little educational. Hopefully it's entertaining, and entertaining to say the least. It will be. But yeah, it's been quite a while since we've been on the trails and doing videos. So we're happy to be back, and we hope you enjoy and join us and enjoy the show. All right, welcome back. We're on the trails here. Today's episode, we're working on doing maintenance on our stands. We've got about 3 weeks yet before opening day. The opportunities here to see some of the immediate sign, the early season signs, so that's what we're trying to read. You can do your scouting any time of the year. There's no wrong or right time. It's in my opinion. Over years of hunting, I found that you get in on days like this. We actually have a front coming in. It's kind of sprinkling right now a little bit on us. But we have heavy rains tomorrow, so what that's going to do is that's going to kill our scent. We're moving in and out of the woods today on the trails, but right now we're just kind of working on getting this stand down, and we're going to show you as we go, taking this stand down. It's been here quite a while, so we're going to give this tree a break so it can grow. We can actually get our stand down. Sometimes you forget to leave your stands up too long, and the tree grows into your belts and your straps and chains, and can hurt the tree. So we try and give our trees a break and move them every couple years. So we're going to get out of this spot, stick with us. We're going to move this stand. We're going to get you set up, see some of the signs that we look for, set up a new stand.
Rain on us. Oh yeah. So the radar said the rain was going to hold off for us, but apparently not. It's been raining for about 15 minutes now. We're all soaked. Jeremy's still in the tree stand. We'll go see him. Oh, he's just working away over here. Radar was wrong, huh?
Yeah, radar was wrong. Hello, welcome back. You're on the trails. Same day, different outfit. We didn't do our intro earlier today. We did run into a little bit of a situation, a couple situations actually. It's been a little eventful. We did start out earlier today with moving this tree stand back here on the canal, our canal spot. We got soaked. It rained. The weatherman was way off today. But that happens when you're out in the field. We weren't quite really prepared for it, and you should always be prepared for the weather changes. So we ran home, got dried out, changed, had a flat tire, and we had to come back up. So we're a couple hours later, but we have the stand down that you'll see where we started at in this film today, and then we're going to go back and find a nice spot and show you some of the areas, that signs and things that we're looking for. Set this tree stand up. We are on our hunting farm here that we've been hunting for over 20 years now, so we know it pretty well. Got a pretty good idea. Deer patterns move and change throughout the year. Like I said earlier, at some point in this video, there's really no good or bad time to move a tree stand. You have to be willing to move, whether it's in the middle of the rut, if it's the middle of the spring, late winter, whatever the season is. Move a tree stand. So we're going to get this one finished up. Stick with us. We'll go through some of the tools and things that you need to get a stand set up and what we're looking for. So stick with us. You're on the trail. Alright, so we're back. You can see earlier today, just before the rain came in, I mean, it was a monsoon. We were soaked. We were worried about getting all sweaty and wetty, but we didn't have to worry about it. It rained. We got more rain in the forecast tomorrow, which I made a point earlier in this video. The rain's good. It's good to come in and do these kinds of things. Watch that weather pattern. If you got a good heavy rain, 1/4 inch scheduled for tomorrow in the forecast, that's going to help you get your scent washed away in the rain. So it's cool. We got the point here where the ladder stands down, and we'll grab our straps, get this thing hauled out, and we're going to head about another 150 yards down the way here and get set up. Hey, we're back on the trails. We're back in the woods. We just got the stand back in here and brought a couple things I'm looking at over the last few years of deer hunting here, and this having the old stand down there in the canal where we just pulled the stand from. We got a huge thicket off to the west here. On the other side of the thicket, we have a cornfield, so that's going to be a feeding area, bedding area with that thicket. So we're trying to set up basically in between catching the deer, either bedding, getting up and moving later in the evening, coming out of that thicket, coming across into this section. We got old logging trails, one here that goes off to the northeast, this one goes off to the south, and our primary funnel is right here coming off of this thicket. It does tie into the tree line, the canal line, and presents itself open area. Targeting the bucks, they're going to try and stay in the heaviest cover while they're in travel. During the rut, when that rut comes on, they could go anywhere. but we're trying to get that early season pre-rut set with the bedding and the feeding source to the west behind us. These main trails here, want to take and set this up basically where I can feed this triangle. So we got our logging lane going here. Chances are that buck's going to work that edge. I know for a fact that there's a bedding area right directly in front of us, and it carries on up to the north just a little bit. So knowing that buck's going to try and get in over here, quick into that heavy cover, and then he'll continue to move through the woods, whether it's down this south edge or moving up through. We know the patterns in this woods. We've hunted it for many years now, so we're really trying to set up on that key area. Give it a shot. We'll see what happens here. You're on the trails. So what I was talking about was that quick in from the thicket, from the feeding area. Quick in to quick heavy cover. And this bedding area goes all the way up with trail going here to the north and a trail going around. So I want to make sure I got a shot to this trail, and I got a shot to that trail that's just on the other side that wraps up and goes to the north. So that's the key looks. Something that most people won't tell you: read your signs. If you see this open area, the fence is down, so that's an obvious, and I know that fence runs this whole length of this west side of this woods. Believe it or not, these deer are going to key in on large trees like you're seeing right here, and you have a lot of acorns dropping, so that's a food source in the woods for them. But when you start seeing big key trees that stand out in the woods, those are key markers for those deer versus the little scrub brush and things like that. So whether it makes any sense or not, over the years you put patterns together and it starts making sense, or it's just sheer luck. I don't know. We're just out here on the trails having fun and trying to get this tree stand up in a tree. So stick with us. All right, we're back on the trail. So something crazy. First time this has ever happened to me out in the woods. No, we didn't see a Sasquatch or anything like that. We were proceeding to find that location point, that good setup. Both of these trails was just back in here kind of scouting it out and scoping it out. We got a heavy deer trail path going through here. There's deer using it right now, so it's a good sign. However, we just basically walked up on a dead log and some down timber and kicked up a pretty good sized beehive. I got stung on the cheek, and what I do know and have always heard, if you get stung, it puts off pheromones, and the rest of the hive will instantly start attacking. So a good 60 yards up here on this trail, we had kicked that beehive up, and luckily I heard them. I could hear them buzzing. Looked down, it was a big swarm right in front of me. So we dropped the stand. I got the stand down. So what we're going to do is back out. So we gave it some time. We let them calm down. We're using our best judgment. We're going to ease in. You ever watch the movie Tremors? I think they feel vibrations under the ground. So if we go real slow, we should be able to get in there, get our stand. Our stand is literally right here. And 15 feet, 10 feet over there is the beehive. And you can hear them. I don't know if you can hear them on the video, but we can hear them. So let's go get this. I think the trimmers theory worked. We got our stand back, so we're back on the trails. We're gonna get this thing put up. Still sticking to the game plan, but we're gonna bypass the B Central. Stick with us. All right, welcome back on the trails. We have a couple little tips here on the trails that we'd like to throw out. First tip, what type of tree are you looking for? As you can see, the tree behind me is actually a double trunk, all the way up, very straight. We primarily use ladder stands. I think they're just safer. I used to hunt with the hang-ons, tree pegs, stick ladders, things like that. We went strictly to ladder stands. The height of the ladder stand, the height off the ground really is not that big of a deal. The biggest thing is concealment. So as you can see, this tree here is roughly, it's going to take up my shoulder width. I'm a big guy, so it's going to cover and conceal me. It gives me concealment this way. Anything coming up behind, get up close to the tree like I am right here and visualize what you're going to see up in the air. Whether you're up in a 10 foot, 16 foot, 20 plus feet up in the air, what are you looking for? So take your steps and move around this tree in a 360 until you find the direction and the area that you're going to be focusing on. Your trails, we have a lot of trails. We got that logging trail over here at 30 yards. I got a logging trail back here to 30 to 40 yards. There's a lot of trails coming right out of this thicket right here. You see the saplings and these smaller saplings, you're going to find that they become rubs, and I'm actually seeing a couple right now that are old rubs from last year on these small saplings in here. So that is buck indicators right there. So recap, tree selection, you don't want something that's small, you want something that covers your shoulders, something you can get your arms around to get your straps, so too big as possible. And do your 360 walk around to find the setup that you want to look with your prevailing winds, because the deer are always going to go nose first into the wind. So we're going to set this stand up focusing on a northeast wind selection and hunting things coming out of this thicket right here in this bedding area. So stick with us, we're going to have a stand up here shortly. Welcome back here on the trails. We just finally got our tree stand up here. We're getting our surveillance out. We're putting out some trail cams. Got one setting over here, just kind of back in this general open area behind me, with this trail coming out of this thicket here. And then we're going to set one back over here, watch this west side a little bit for us, see what's coming in. We're using just some surveyor tape. It's plastic basically. Bright. Your light hits it, obviously you can see it. It's pretty bright here, neon green. It also blends in a little bit until the fall foliage drops, but we'll mark our trail into this stand. We're going to work our way back out on the trails. We'll see you after a bit. This is the trail this is the trail here that I think that we're probably really going to be focusing on at basically a 15-yard shot. So if you can see it, This is the trail that we're working on this side of this thicket right here. We talked about that opening, which is just back. Actually, you can see kind of the light area back in here. We did have a deer just a little bit ago. We was just finishing up in the stand, and Dylan saw one kind of cut down this outside west log trail. So it's a good sign right out of the gate. I mean, you're going to spook some, you're going to bump some deer, but get your stand set up. You know you got heavy rain coming. Again, washes your scent out of here. And we got a good three and a half weeks before opening day, bow season. So here in Northwest Ohio, you're on the trails. All right, welcome back. We're finishing up, getting our last ribbon tied on to mark our trail. So basically this will be our trailhead. Put the ribbon on. Okay. That'll mark it coming in just past. We got our other ribbons going down the trail, leading all the way up to the tree stand. So you can see the light hits this ribbon pretty good. So whether you're using a red light in the morning coming in or trying to find your way back out, each stagee is about every 5 to 10 feet away. You know, just enough where red light, you can flash it up and you'll see it glowing. But finishing up, we got it marked this way. Anybody else that wants to sit in the stand, one of the boys comes in. Jackson, he's with us tonight, been helping out. Dylan, thanks a lot on the camera here tonight. So I think it's time to get out of here. With the rain delay today, we got soaked. You know, God gave us a shower this morning or about noon today, so we shouldn't have to take a shower the rest of the night. Should be good till tomorrow. But tomorrow we're going to go on the trails over to Dylan's section that he hunts, and move a couple up more stands around. So hopefully you pick something up here tonight. Some of the tools, you know, we can go over that later, and pretty much as a saw, we do need to do a little bit more trimming, but we'll be back in here the next few weeks. Once we come in, each time you come in, you continue to build your stand up. So hopefully the stand pays out. We have our cameras up. We'll get to see what's going on in there here over the next 3 weeks, and check on cameras, see what we got. So until we see you again, thanks for joining us on the trails.